Hi everyone, I'm Carolina Monte and this is what's happening in Brazil. We start by updating you on the latest news from the country. Brazil exports will be taxed on 10% by the United States. The country may retaliate. Brazilian lawmakers opened the way for the government to adopt countermeasures for Trump's tariffs on goods. The American president announced on Wednesday the Brazilian goods will be taxed by 10%. The country still has to decide how to respond to it. Former far-right President Jair Bolsonaro admitted that he had talked to allies about the possibility to prevent President Lula from taking office in 2023. In an interview to a Brazilian newspaper, he said he considers, quote, a usual thing to talk about these issues within the government. Bolsonaro and 7 others will face trial for coup attempt, along with other crimes. April 1st was the anniversary of the military coup that started a dictatorship that lasted for 21 years, until 1985. President Lula said this week that threats insist on surviving. Starting 1964, the dictatorship prevented Brazilians to choose their own leaders and installed a regime that censored, tortured, and killed opposition. Lula reaffirmed his commitment to democracy. Delivery app workers had gone on national strike on 31 March and April 1st. They complained about the lack of basic work conditions and accused the company of negligence regarding accidents or even deaths. Their claims are a minimum rate of pay and better wages for each mile traveled. The Landless Rural Workers Movement, also known as MST, is the largest producer of ecological rice in Latin America, and March is when the harvest begins. The moment has been celebrated for more than 20 years, but this year it also served to reaffirm the strength of agroecology, which provided a record harvest even after the settlements in the state of Rio Grande do Sul were devastated by the flood of 2024.
The MST's Agroecological Rice Harvest Festival, organized every year in Rio Grande do Sul, had a special meaning in 2025. After the floods of last year left crops submerged, the small farmers are celebrating a record production of 14,000 tons sown on 2,800 hectares of settlements in the metropolitan region of Porto Alegre, the state capital. It results from a lot of work based on the agroecological principles of respect for nature and the production of healthy food, which guide the landless movement in Brazil.
The harvest of this year gives us the certainty that we are on the right path, the path of agroecology, the path of organizing the people. We have rebuilt ourselves. There is still a lot to be done, a lot to be achieved, but only a strong and organized movement whose principles include producing healthy food can achieve this. There are 14,000 tons of organic rice that we are going to make available to the Brazilian people. So at this moment, it also reaffirms that the solution to both the environmental crisis and hunger is popular agrarian reform.
The celebration brought together 5,000 people in the Filhos de Cepé settlement in the municipality of Viamão on March 20th. It began with the official opening of the rice harvest and continued with a political event, musical performances, and a popular agrarian reform fair. The representative of Brazil's Ministry of Agrarian Development said that the government is working to rebuild public policies and increase the agrarian reform budget.
We are starting the year with a budget of 2 billion reais from the National Institute for Colonization and Agrarian Reform, including resources for acquiring land, titling quilombola communities, and credit and installation. We've come down from a level of 300 million reais when we started Lula's current government, and now we can get things moving. Yes, a lot more work is needed. Everyone who is waiting is right to demand more and more. Our responsibility is the size of every farmer's dreams, and we won't rest as long as there is a family waiting for land in this country.
Throughout the day of celebration, 50 stalls sold products from cooperatives and agro-industries from various settlements in the state. The Solidarity Kitchens, supported by the MST in Rio Grande do Sul, were also part of the festival. The money raised during the event will be used to buy gas for the kitchens and continue their solidarity work.
Being here means resilience, hope, and that however difficult it may be, together we can move on and start again. We worked actively during and after the flood, helping people who came from other territories to the Solidarity Kitchens in the affected regions. So for us, it's a powerful symbol of survival.
Amid worsening climate emergencies and the population's difficulty in obtaining healthy food at affordable prices, the MST sees agroecology as the solution.
Agroecology is not just a way of planting, it's a way of living, of building and liberating ourselves as human beings, living in symbiosis with nature. So for us, it's the way we reaffirm our project and it's our counterpoint, because we know who our enemies are, which is capital, very much represented here in Rio Grande do Sul by agribusiness.
What the MST wants is a fairer and more equal society. In agriculture, it is up to us to defend the nature. Otherwise, the very serious problems that put human life at risk will continue. We want to produce healthy, cheap food for everyone. To this end, only agroecology can reorganize production to defend nature, water, and biodiversity, in addition to contributing to healthy food production. And that is our effort.
In today's Culture Talk, we'll know the life and career of Brazilian actor Babu Santana. He used to work as a cleaner in the beach hut in Rio de Janeiro and rose to prominence in cinema after his role in City of God. His most recent play is an adaptation of The Brothers Karamazov by Russian writer Fyodor Dostoevsky.
Who has the right to go on stage, play a character, appear on TV? These questions have influenced Babu Santana's career. The actor felt that because he was a black fat man with frizzy hair, he couldn't be in this place. But since the early 2000s, he has been proving the opposite. With works on television, film, and theater, he says that the Nós do Morro project is the pillar of his story. Since 1986, the initiative has been offering opportunities for young people in the arts in Morro do Vidigal, one of the favelas in Rio de Janeiro.
Muito engraçado quando as pessoas falam que me reconhecem.
It's very funny when people recognize me from the reality show Big Brother Brazil. I say, oh, so you know me from Big Brother? Well, then you don't know me, because before the reality show, I already had 20-some years of history. At that point, I don't know how many years I had been part of Nós no Morro, besides many years of Brazilian cinema and television. So everything from the way I dress to the music I listen to, and even the mother of my children, was achieved through Nós do Morro. Thanks to Nós do Morro, I've always had a safe place. I faced ups and downs in my career, but that's where I always come back and feed myself. Today, I'm a director, I'm an actor, an aspiring actor, and one of the directors of the group, and that's really beautiful.
For Babu, his presence is itself a political act.
People sometimes mix politics and party politics, which have nothing to do with each other. Everything is politics. Party politics is one thing, and the rest is divisions. But everything is politics. My body is a political body. It is a necessary body. A black, fat body from a favela with a large dental arch. Frizzy hair, which I love, which is my crown. That's my pride. It is the sign of my ancestors, you know? We don't need to be in boxes, in the same box. I think the world has several boxes and one will surely fit you.
In his most recent play, an adaptation of The Brothers Karamazov by Russian writer Fyodor Dostoevsky, Babu provokes spectators.
I think that the most human thing is to take advantage of doubts. If God doesn't exist, was it God who created the man or was it humans who created God? Because if it was humans who created God, if God doesn't exist, everything can be done. Who created the devil? Was it us or God?
Ele fez com que se apaixonasse por ele uma moça de distinta família, de fortuna.
Eu acho que Dostoiévski...
I think Dostoevsky fits anywhere in the world because we are talking about selfishness, the senselessness of human beings who blame God for their problems. We are now in danger of the polar ice caps melting and we ask God, God, please. If I were God, I would say stop burning the forest, stop drilling for oil, stop wanting to consume, stop taking jets because by doing so, I don't even need to help you.
Did you like the show? So hit the like button and share it with your friends. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel to receive notifications. We'll see you next week.